Yo guys, welcome back to Foot Region, and it's your boy K Backs live and direct, and this will be your new show, K Backs Weekend Roundup, where I just react to some of the games in the weekend in the Premier League. And yeah, let's get overdue. But before we get to that, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Help the channel out. Let's help it grow. Let's hit 100 subscribers so we can start growing from there. Make sure you follow Instagram and TikTok, which will be on your screen. So make sure you go check that out. And yeah, big up to Hunt, man. Shout out to you, man. Doing some sick work on the Instagram and on the YouTube as well. Putting in the work, man. Respect it, brother, man. You know what I mean? Putting in the works. And then, yeah, let's get started. Yeah, guys, let's get started. You get me? Yeah. Okay. First game, it will be Crystal Palace versus Liverpool. Liverpool put Crystal Palace in a pack. Demolished them. It was like a game of, you know, when year 11s, you're playing year 7, so I'm just bullying them and taking the ball and that. That's what Liverpool did. Came to the ground, bossed them around, batted it up, man. And I gotta get, before the club though has to get big respect, you know, because he's had so many injuries. He lost his best centre back, who arguably is the best centre back in the world, and he's still winning games, still keeping clean sheets, and that's what a good manager does. And this is why I'm saying to people, managers are so important, because the system doesn't rely heavily on Van Dijk. He relies on the team because of how good he is as a man manager and a tactician. So that's why Liverpool, I think, are still doing so well. 7-0. Again, Firmino, looking back to his best now. This time, now he's adding goals to his game. You know, he was known as a defensive striker, but now he's scoring goals and creating. So it's good to see that from him. Not as a Man United fan, obviously, but as a football fan. You know what I mean? He's actually a wonderful player. Mohamed Salah. That's the name, Mohamed Salah. I think he is top 3 wingers in the Premier League in terms of like his legacy. I wouldn't put him above Hazard or Ronaldo as of yet. I think them two in their prime, clear Salah for me. But he's been so efficient in front of goal. Like, he came on 2 goals, 1 assist, bang. And he only played like, I think, half an hour, so he was amazing. And yeah, and like, I don't know, it's running out of words to describe, because obviously a lot of people thought it would be a 1 season wonder. I didn't know. I was a bit on the fence with that, but season after season, he's scoring goals after goals, and he's just one of the most efficient attackers in the world. And I think for me, stylistically, he's not one of my favourite players to watch, but the numbers don't lie. He's efficient, he's a goal scorer, and he's easily one of the best players in the Prem. And yeah, you just can't deny that. And again, the goal Liverpool scored for Firmino second, the football was solid. That just shows that Liverpool can beat you in so many different ways. It's scary to see this. And I think, you know what, I don't know about this title race, but I think they might retain it because they've got the mentality, the manager, and everything to go for. And yeah, I think they'll edge over the line. But this is a great title race to see anyway. We'll go on to that later in more depth. 7-0, and I don't know who the next game is, but yeah, it's going to be looking interesting for them. And if they can keep up this good work, yeah. Oh, the next game is West Brom actually. So you are expecting to win from there. And for the fantasy managers, I recommend triple captain Salah in it, because he's looking like he can't stop scoring, because he was my captain. I saw him on the bench. I was like, "Clock, fam, I want to put you in a spliff in it," because I was just getting mad at it. Like, yo, fam, what are you doing, blood? And then Salah comes in, 2 goals, 1 assist, gets me like 32 points. My captain, so I might triple captain him against West Brom. And if he does not score a hat trick, Salah, fam, onto you, man. But next game, Southampton versus Manchester City, 1-0 City. It was actually a good game of football to watch, to be honest. It was actually quite entertaining for me. I think City were done well to defend. I think Kyle Walker, bro, he was running rings around Cancelo, man. Cancelo was looking like a primary school kid. Like, he didn't know what to do, man. Like, Walker was like, "Give me your lunch money, man." Eating him up every time. And then second half, City were more solidified defensively, despite Southampton pushing, who did lose Danny Ings, which is obviously a big impact to them. De Bruyne had a good game, got an assist again. Sterling with the goal. And yeah, I think there's been a lot of pressure onto Pep. You know, one of my boys, Tarbs, you know who you are, and if you're watching, he said that he wants Pep out, and I can actually see why, because I think Pep's now starting to lose the dressing room. As we know, Pep's like a 3-season manager. He's got to go, because obviously I think long term, I think the players just get bored of his philosophy and the way he is as a manager, which is why he moved. But I don't know where City will finish. I think they'll finish top 4. They should be able to anyway. I think they'll finish top 4, and yeah. I think Pep for himself, he should leave, and for Man City to progress, I think they should leave now. I think that Pep's journey is now coming to an end. Obviously, JM, who you've seen on the channel, he's a big Pep in, so he might disagree with this, but it's just my opinion. I think again, Pep's a top manager anyway. But 400 million in defense, man. Fam, this guy, man. I'm putting you on forward watch, Pep, man. I said it on my TikTok. I'm saying it here. Pep, You're on fraud watch, blood, fam. I can't have what you're doing, fam. Nonsense, go, fam. All right. Next game. Which one do I go to? Yeah. Leicester versus Tottenham. Tottenham at home. 2-0 to Leicester. Ore. Clumsy penalty, man. Have you seen the documentary when Jose sends you Ore? He scares him because he can give them kind of penalties away. He looks like Jose is right. There was no need to do it. He was going away from goal. Like, all you have to do was just let him have the ball. Let him get out the box. Like, he didn't have to dive in. He just goes in. Reckless clumsiness. Dives in. Very rash from him. And he gives away a penalty which Leicester go 1-0 at half-time, which changes the complexion of the game. Obviously. And Dembele. Why is he taking off at half-time? Why? He's such a good player. Why was he taking off at half-time? I was looking at it thinking, then Lissalso gets injured as well, unluckily as well. But Tottenham just went at it, like expression says, Kate Hopkins football, man. It was ugly football. And Tottenham have only got 1 point in the last 3 games. So it's not looking good for them. As soon as they get mentioned the title charge, the players' heads a bit, you know what I mean? Bottle job mentality. And yeah, man, Joyce has got to fix that if they're going to be the title contenders. But like I said, with this league, you never know anyway, so you can't really underestimate that with this league. You don't know. You really don't know. But Leicester, fair play to them. Maddison, this VAR, man. How was that offside? I'm sorry, but how are you giving that offside? Like, it was literally just level. What was it? His armpit hair, shirt or something, like offside. Like, how are you giving that offside? It's a bit of a madness to me. But Maddison as well, he did a chunk celebration, you know. Take it smooth, edit chunks, edit Maddison chunks, and that take it smooth. You know, it was a fantastic touch, fantastic finish. Then obviously, like 10 minutes later, the score on goal. Leicester just comfortably got the win. Son, Kane did have the best of games, and I think now I want to see what Jose does, because he can't keep relying on them two, because them two won't be having worldies every game as we saw there. So it's a test of his character, to be honest. A test of Jose's character. It's a very test. We're gonna see. Well, I will see who goes. So I'll see how that goes. Right, the last game I will be reviewing because Chelsea are playing tomorrow. And actually no, 2 more games. Yeah, and Tottenham, if they want to keep pressure on the top, they got to just fix up the performances, because they got to be consistent, because you can't be inconsistent in the entire race. It makes no sense. But next game, Everton versus Arsenal. Before I get to Arsenal, Everton again, they're looking like they're picking up form again after the little dip in form. But obviously beating Chelsea, beating Leicester, and now beating Arsenal. 3 games on the bounce for Ancelotti, which we'll be happy with, and should be. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, what a season he's having, man. He's actually developing. Like, just look, if you take away his goals, he's so effective as well. Like think people don't look at that. Like, the way he can bully defenses, brings players into play, hold up. He's absolute nuisance to deal with, and I think he's having a fantastic season. That's credit to Duncan Ferguson and Carlo Ancelotti, who's obviously been clearly working with him. And then Sigurdsson looked good as well. Sigurdsson revival, you know what I mean? Sigurdsson redemption season and that. But, you know, he's not looked too good since he's been at Everton. But you know what? The past 3 games, he's been doing a job for Everton, which is good for them. And yeah, I don't know. I think Everton will break into the top 6. They'll break into the top 6, in my opinion. But we'll see where that goes. We'll see that goes. And on to Arsenal. Jack, your team's dead, bruv. Like Arteta, fam, like I said, man, the Peri Tony Pulis, man, just because of their, you know what I mean, their little Spanish thing and that. But I think Arteta needs to go, because I personally think he's out of this. He's deaf. Like, your first job should not be Arsenal. But other than that, the arrogance Arteta comes with, like, if he was a sick player, like with Lampard, you can tell he has the arrogance because everyone respects him. But Arteta, half the players in that team have won more than you, have a better career than you. Like, also, as a player, had a better career than Arteta. Like, Arteta's got the gas. I got gas from him because obviously working on the Pep and the way he was talking in his press conference, and I saw where Arsenal were playing. But now they're not doing good. Like, they're defending, wow, they're conceding less goals, but they're very petulant. I think it's lost half the dressing room. They're not getting goals anymore. Their best player is a 19-year-old in Saka. Fair play to him. He's putting all the effort in, but it's not good enough. And for a team like Arsenal, they've got to get a better manager, a more serious manager, because right now they cannot afford a manager learning on the job. There's managers like Poch, Allegri, Simeone, Rossi, Nagelsmann, all biggest guys here probably are better than Arteta. So I think that he should be going. But if Arsenal have ambition, they would sack him, because right now I don't see where Arsenal will go, because right now they're in a relegation battle, and that they look like they're going to be playing, you know what I mean, Birmingham City looting away and that, man, you know what I mean, down in the Championship, man. It's looking peak, yeah, really peak. But yeah, Aubameyang wasn't there, obviously, so Obviously, that's a big miss, but not really after his form this season. Obviously, he scored against Southampton, but still, he's been missing, man. He's been doing John Cena, man. You can't see him on the pitch, man. It is mad. And obviously, Pepe got the pen, but I was like, one thing I got to say about Arsenal, they got to fix the transfer business because they need to start buying players from Chelsea that are obviously not ambitious. Like Willian is not ambitious. Let's be the way he's playing. He's got one shot on target in 11 Premier League game. He's clearly lacking ambition. He's like he can't be bothered, but somehow still starts. Which looks back on the manager, he's starting players that are clearly not good enough or not playing well, and like it's just not good enough like for Arsenal and for a big club like them. They should not be in the position they are. So yeah, obviously, last game, last but not least, Manchester United versus Leeds 6-2, and woof, that performance was fine. McSauceless, I call him McSauceless, but he came with sauce, McSauce, man, McTerminator, man, McTominay, absolute monster of a game, giving me prime Yaya Toure vibes. Dan, shout out to Dan. Give me prime Yaya Toure vibes, man. The first goal, the strike was fierce, and then the second goal, like a step over touch and bang, bottom corner. It was a mad game from him, It was a really good game from McTominay, and yeah. Man United, I think Man United, Leeds are the perfect opponent of Man United because Man United, as we know, are so good in the counter attack, and I think Bielsa was very naive to go and play his own football, leaving that much space to Man United. And Man United with that much space hurts any team, as we saw with Pep. Pep knew Man United would hurt them in that space, so he was a bit defensive and blocked out the space, so Man United couldn't do what they did to Leeds today, and Leeds just got turned over. It's like when you're going for a girl that's out of your league, like and you're just trying it, even though you know what work. Like why are you doing it? And like Bielsa, as a manager, as a rate a lot, it's very naive for me to go toe to toe with Man United, and especially knowing how good they are on the counter attack. Special performance to Anthony Martial. I think played well, held up the ball well, linked up play, but I think his finishing was a bit rusty. Got like 4 big chances created, 2 assists, possibly 3, but I'm not going to count the one to Bruno as an assist because he hit the defender. But yeah, it's a good game from United overall from him, especially now we're looking like Tony Marshall's back on form, which is going to be needed because I don't know if Man United are in a title race for me personally, because on a serious level, like Ali is not the man to be taking him to a title race. I think he's not that good of a manager. Yeah, he's gone on a little good run of form now, but Man United are very inconsistent under him because I think right now I think he will change the team again. And then against Everton in the League Cup, if he loses that, he's going to be under pressure again. And obviously on Boxing Day, so he needs to make sure like he's consistent. I don't think the United will be as like I said, I'm Ali out. I'm a United fan, but he has done well, so credit due to him now. But I think again, we've seen it in this couple of, especially this season, how inconsistent United can be losing to teams that they should be in. And also he's got a fantastic disposal of players, so a title challenge, like it's very possible. And I personally think if you give that team to a better manager who's got a clear style of play, clear structure, that Man United can be challenged for the title. If not win it, they can do it. And it sounds deluded at the time, but look at the players we have: the Cavani's, the Paul Pogba's, the Brunos, the Van der Beeks, the Freds, the Matiches, the Mambasakas, Lindelof, Telles, Shaw. All of these guys, these are good. They are good enough. They are better than half the most squads in the Premier League. I think I've put them third or second behind Liverpool or City, but I'm probably even better than one of them. So yeah, I think that's why. But right now, United are looking at the title challenge. Like, you never know with this league. Like I said, who knows? They could do the impossible. They could do the impossible. I won't rule it out, but for me, I don't see it happening. Especially with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the manager. I think he's a novice, and it's surprising for me to call him a novice for a manager that's been in the game for 12 years, but he still doesn't know his best team. He's very. I don't know. Like, he hasn't got a style of play. Like, you could not tell me what Man United's style of play is. So it's a bit of an iffy with him. But it was a dominant performance again from United. Leeds, poor from them defensively especially, but they did get a few attacks in there. It was a very good game. It was like a basketball game end to end. It was entertaining to watch. And yeah, obviously Chelsea play tomorrow against West Ham. Chelsea have not been in the best of form as well. Like I said, I personally don't rate Lampard either. I think now the fact that he's not being a team in the top 13 is very questionable, and the amount of money he spent, that's not good enough. 250 M's, and the players you got, like, he ain't even getting the best out of these players, like Havertz and Werner, man. Looking at these guys, it's be going back to Germany, man, and the stat pattern over there. But West Ham have looked good this season as well, so I'm going for a 1-0 West Ham. They've looked good this season, and And obviously, on Chelsea, they're about that bad form run without their talisman in Ziyech, who I think has been phenomenal this season for them. They're one of their best players. And obviously, Giroud probably could do something there. He's been on good form. But I don't know. I don't think they'll win that game. I think it'll be a 1-0 West Ham. I think it'll be a tight one there. And then, yeah. Well, guys, to round it up, thank you for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe this video. And I'll keep banging on about it, but it helps the channel a lot. Make sure you follow all the socials, which will be in the link in the description. They should be seen on the top of your screen. And then, yeah, a new video will be out on Wednesday. The European show. Got 2 people, special guests coming on there. And on Thursday, the K-Backs and Horn show. The first one, the Christmas Eve special. So make sure you guys are tuning into for that. And for any updates or footballing news like transfers or anything, make sure you check out our Instagram page. Well, all of that's there, all the important stuff in there. And on TikTok, you just want to hear opinions, laughter, disbants, just go check out there. And yeah, thanks for watching. And K-Backs is out of the building.